Okay, I'm going to look for an example of a swarm cell. I saw a swarm cell and a supersedure cell. The difference being supersedure cells will be towards the top of the frame and swarm cells will be towards the bottom, which building these cells is normal bee behavior. So it's not always something to panic about, but it is something to take seriously. Ideally, when I find a swarm cell in the early part of the year, I would do a split, but late in the year, there's not enough time for the bees to build up a strong enough colony to survive the winter. So a split really isn't an option. Okay, at the bottom of this frame, there's a little cell. And as they would fill that with an egg, and then royal jelly and cap it off, it would look like a peanut. But I'm not terribly alarmed at that cell right now. I am going to take some precautionary measures to give the bees more space. Okay, so there's another one on this frame. Actually, there's a handful of them. Some keepers will just scrape those cells off, and that's an option. They do tend to build twice as many the next week, but you can keep on top of it and just keep scraping them off. So, what I'm gonna do to handle this, instead of scraping them off today, is reverse hive bodies. Put the one that's on the bottom up to the toppermost hive body underneath the honey supers, and then move each subsequent one down a level. I'm also going to add another honey super. And hopefully I won't get stung. I've seen some beekeeping videos where the guy will say, "Oh, I just got stung." And then he keeps talking. And, "Oh, they got me again." And that is not me. I get stung and I'm done. I'm closing up the hive and I'm going home. And they've already attempted to sting me once today. So I'm going to try to make this quick and hopefully avoid as many casualties as possible. So I put my hive bodies and supers over my outer cover, and since I'm going to have to move one completely out of the way to get the ones underneath it, then I have a large piece of cardboard out here to set that super down for a moment. I don't want to set it on the ground because if the queen were in it and she were to fall out, I wouldn't find her in the grass. So if you have beetle blasters in, pull them out before you move anything. And this is how many they've caught already, and there's still a handful around it. Hopefully by moving this up, bees like to move up, so their numbers will increase and hopefully drive the hive beetles out of the hive. So set those aside and try to keep them upright so the oil doesn't spill out. And then I'm going to attempt to move this off of the bottom board. Now this bottom one hasn't come off this bottom board ever. So it's nice and stuck. Put that on the cardboard. Which it's always a good idea to move your sugar water before you do something like that. Spilling sugar water can increase robbing. So I'm gonna have to clean that up as well. But I'm gonna work faster. You get the idea. And that's all for today.